I'm Stacey J.
And I'm Chuck Duran.
Welcome to the grand finale with Mike Brang
and Beau Stephenson.
Here we go. Hey guys, here we are. As promised, we have no idea what's going to happen.
We are here with frickin' frack.
Part of the
they've been clowning around.
Yeah. You've caught us midstream here. Hi, we welcome back Mike Brang, Beau Stephenson.
Thanks.
They coordinated their wardrobes. It's adorable.
I was going to tell you, man. I was like, don't wear blue stripes. Dang it.
Look
Labor Day or what? Jeez.
So cute.
It's like the prom all over again.
No, this is a cool dynamic, man, because
Yes.
obviously you guys saw Mike Brang's episode, and if you didn't, you better go watch it right now before you watch this one. And of course, Beau's episode as well. And then we wanted to bring them together because these guys are good friends, man. They're comrades, and they help each other out in the business. They've created really, really super successful voiceover business. I can't say how much money they're making because they would get mad at me, but I'm telling you right now, these guys are building a big business, and it's only going to get bigger. And there's things that they're doing that are facilitating that, and you guys need to know some of that so that you guys can have success too.
Well, and
absolutely,
one of those things is you know your value and you don't go below that,
absolutely,
which is a huge thing.
And we're going to talk about that.
Swirling around,
we're
going
to talk about that. But for the first thing I like to talk about is workshops, because you guys are already making some really good money and having a lot of success and all that stuff. But you still take workshops, right? And I want to talk about this. At your level, you're taking workshops. What is your experience with that, and have they created any opportunities for you?
Absolutely. I mean,
Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, for me, I first started out with coaches that coach, and they're great at what they do. I found more value, at least for me, with people that actually have responsibilities of casting people.
Yeah.
And so you can find casting directors and producers of content that put on these workshops like you're talking about.
Yeah.
People like Jodi Gottlieb, Jeff Howell, they're amazing at promos. Lynn Wissner, who is an amazing casting director, and you want to get on their radar. You can learn so much from them because they're teaching you what they know to be booking. And so some coaches, maybe they'll teach you what they knew that's maybe not quite as current.
Right.
Whereas people that are actually working with this content every single day can say, hey, look, I love where you're going with that, but this is actually what's booking. Let's see if we can take you there, and they push you in that direction. So if you're not keeping engaged in that, you're falling behind the curve, and you're not going to really keep up. At least I don't think.
Yeah, it's totally. I mean, like, why not work with the people that are either A, booking or B, doing the booking?
Yeah.
Because they're going to know. They're going to have their finger on the pulse. They know what's happening. They know the changes that are going on, and they're going to be able to see in you what you can bring to that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, also, if you hit up somebody and pay them for their time, they're going to be way more willing to tell you things that they probably wouldn't have time to if you just hit them up and say, hey, listen to me. When you go to a workshop, you're supporting them, and so in return they can support you. And obviously, the hope is that you get better, and it opens doors to opportunities. And I found that the workshops that I've gone to have been amazing. So
Yeah. That's really cool. Yeah, and I'm a believer of this, and that's that if you aren't that great, but you're getting great, and you take a class and a workshop, you're going to get better, okay? And that's the whole idea of it, is to get better. But if you're already really good, okay, like these guys, you're going to get better, but you're really good, and you take a workshop or a class in front of people who cast, in front of people that might be able to throw opportunities your way, they get to recognize and see how great you are, and all of a sudden they're like, wait a minute, I want to use them for this, or I want to use them for that. So even if you're already having some success, man, dive in, because it's going to pay off.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And there's always more to learn. Like every time I work with a new person, I figure out something about what I can do really well already. Yeah. They just kind of open that door to knowing. And so,
well, and in that setting too, you're listening to other people's work, and I love watching and listening to other people, because I learn a lot from that experience too.
Yeah.
If you're paying attention.
Yeah, a workshop you and I recently did with Jeff Howell and Jodi Gottlieb.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
Thank you, Stacey.
You're welcome.
It was Stacey. Stacey got us in that.
She goes, hey,
thank you.
It was a really cool workshop.
You're
I guys think you'd really like it a lot. These are good people to know. And they ended up being not just amazing directors and whatnot, but great people that I want to know and become friends with. But what you're saying, to your credit, people that are in there, they brought so many different things to the workshop, things that I wasn't even thinking of.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, hey, that girl does something this way, and that guy does something that way. I want to kind of adopt that. You can't get that when you're working, by yourself sometimes with people. So workshops are so beneficial.
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
really grab as much information as you
Yeah.
can and adopt what works and what doesn't.
Yeah, and you can check out Jeff Howell. He's in our archives from Worldwide Radio. And
Absolutely.
Jodi Gottlieb is going to be on the show next
Yes,
week, so you'll hear from
she's
her.
amazing.
Jodi,
They're
Jodi,
amazing.
Jodi.
Yeah.
Jody's awesome.
Yeah. Love her.
Both of those guys, whatever they're charging, they need to bump it up because they're worth way more than what they're charging, and they're incredible. Mary
Yeah.
Lynn too. Mary Lynn was
Oh, and Mary Lynn, yes, her
Absolutely.
Meet
Mary
the
Lynn's so
Pros.
sweet.
Yeah, so check out our archives and get on their radar. Mary Lynn does great workshops with Meet the Pros, actual people, casting directors, agents, people that you want to get in front of. So
Absolutely.
go to her website and check that out.
Absolutely, without a doubt. Let's talk a little bit about the online casting sites.
Oh no.
Oh no,
like
I can't
taboo.
talk about
Just to say,
that. No, no.
what's
well,
on those?
Take it away
no,
from the
no,
industry.
No, because check this out. How many agents do you have?
I want to say 5 now.
Okay.
Actually,
How many agents did you have 8 months ago?
1.
Okay. So in the past 8 months, it's when you've said, okay, you know what? I'm at that level now where I'm going to seek out, right? And things have been happening to you. You are like a freak of nature, okay? Because
There's a compliment coming. Just wait for it.
Yeah,
Wait for
there
it.
is a
It's coming.
compliment. How many,
You're a freak!
How many,
Get out of here!
How many agents do you have?
Hang tight.
I have 2.
He has 2 agents. Do you have any LA representation yet?
I'm with a non-exclusive contract where I get auditions, so I have 3 technically.
Okay, so
3.
these guys, even when they didn't have agents, okay, were still creating this crazy, really great income.
Say Asians.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay,
I
okay.
said agents.
That's racist.
Yeah. So I want to know, because you guys have got it down, okay? Like when somebody says, the casting sites, voices.com, voice123, there are people out there, man, that's the only thing that they can do.
Right.
You know what I mean? There is a wrong way of going about that, and there is a really good way,
Yes.
which
Yeah.
you guys have freaking figured it out. You have the code. And we're not going to give away, all your tricks of the trade.
farm.
Right.
But
But
You're
the
gonna have to
ways
work
that,
for it.
but I will say the ways that you guys do it, and because that is the elephant that's going around the living
Yeah.
room of I think that there's validity to them, provided you, like we said before, and you mentioned in your, that you recognize your value and what you do to build your business supports the whole industry, be it union or non-union. So that's the important thing to remember that
I
you
always
guys are
get
doing.
really, really excited when I see somebody who is established in the industry and I see their name pop up on a pay to play,
Right.
because that they're adding legitimacy to what's going on there, and
Right.
and they're somebody that other people can look up to.
Right.
That just makes me excited because, yeah, the thing is the pay to play is so full of opportunity. You've got clients that aren't paying anything. You've got clients who are paying thousands and thousands of dollars, and they're all congregating there.
Right.
So what you have to do is position yourself, like we've talked about, so that you're catching the attention of the people that you want to work with, and
Right.
saying no to the ones that you don't want to work with.
Right.
Is hard as
Well-
that is to say no. It's hard to say no to money.
Yeah.
But knowing when to say no, and being
Yeah.
okay with that.
And the variety of work. You have IVR, you have industrial, you have non-broadcast, you have all different kinds. There's union and non-union
Yeah.
work that's happening there. So there's all different kinds of work because not everyone wants to do medical narration, but it's there.
Yeah.
Not everyone wants to do IVR and telephony, but it's there. So there's an opportunity for you to work in the various genres of voiceover that maybe an agent is not even getting or
Exactly.
working in.
Yeah.
So it's a reality for a lot of people, especially in different markets that are not LA or New York.
A lot of people, back like when the actor strike happened years ago, I know
Yeah.
that this whole industry took a really huge dramatic turn. I wasn't a part of it at the time, but I keep hearing about how
Yeah.
bad it was at the time. And a lot of people migrated to these to online to kind of cut out the middlemen.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that's necessarily a great thing, but it did open up a whole new way for people to become exposed to this industry. And a lot of people still kind of hold on to that. And like I said, I got shortlisted by a really big casting agency that used an online site to find the talent they were looking for.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I don't know if other agencies just weren't providing the caliber of talent that they wanted, or it just wasn't finding the right fit, or if they just excluded them altogether and just went to the site. I don't know. But I was found out of that. I booked a job from that, and it ended up being a long-time client that I've been using every month on a campaign for a really big client. client.
Yeah, so this information is for the people out there who don't live in Los Angeles. They're non-union. They need to build their business. They need to start somewhere, and your options are the pay to play, right? And so you have voices.com, you got Voice 123. Those are the big ones, and so there's a right way of setting up a profile and actually putting yourself up there, and there's a wrong way of doing it. Okay, obviously you guys are both doing it the right way. Okay, what is the right way and what is the wrong way?
Can I just say something?
Yes.
One way to look at these pay-to-plays.
I love him.
Just one more thing. Now,
One more thing.
I look at the pay-to-plays like a phone book, how a phone book used to be helpful for businesses.
Yeah.
You want to be in the phone book. You're putting your brand there. And so, you're putting yourself out there. You're in the phone book. People are going to look through the white pages and the yellow pages, and they're going to find you. So that's how you have to treat it. You really have to present yourself in a way that people immediately, right off the bat, they know that you're pro. They know that you are, good to work with, and there's a lot of reviews that, where clients can leave feedback. All of these things to establish that this is a real person, a really talented person, and we want to hire them.
And don't forget too that it's just one small piece of the marketing pie.
Yeah.
Right.
Of
You
course.
know, there's so many other avenues that you can take to get yourself recognized and noticed, but this is definitely one that's already gained trust in the industry by a lot of different people. It's already being used to generate revenue for people that are there. So why not jump on the bandwagon if you got the talent and you've got the drive and you've got the studio equipment and you got these things lined up for yourself. Building a good profile, making sure that it's keyworded properly, having amazing demos on there.
Yep.
These producers will come on there and they're big time people. I got a job for DreamWorks off of there.
Yeah.
And they listen to the demos.
That's
and
right, you did. That was awesome.
Yeah, thanks. And so listening, they hear these things and they take it seriously. So you got to make sure that you present it seriously enough. You don't want to just put up kind of a half-assed, profile page, if I could say that, and just go, oh, okay, I'm a voice actor, I'm a voiceover, here's what I do, and put up a demo and hope that people come knocking on your door. You can't treat it like that.
No.
You gotta really go for it. Yeah.
And the leads that you do get through them, don't treat them like they're subpar because you got them from voices.com or Voice 123. Treat them like the queen. Treat them exactly how you treat any other client. I've actually made a really good relationship with voices.com. I'm a huge advocate for them. They've changed my life. They've given me access to things that I wouldn't have been able to dream of before.
Right.
So I love them. And Voice 123, I don't work as much, but I do get work through them. One cool thing that happened is I just took how I presented myself on one site and moved over to Voice 123 and just kind of copied and pasted and from the demos that you and I did together, I got booked directly to do promos for Discovery Channel, and I've signed a deal with Sony, and it's like, that wouldn't have happened had I not been there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That would not have happened. I guarantee it would not have happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But somebody pulled my demo off and it started circulating, and next thing you know, I've got a nice gig that pays the bills.
Yeah, that I had a similar experience. Voice 123 and voices.com are two different animals.
Yeah.
They are.
Completely different. They can work completely differently.
They are.
And you definitely have to learn what each little quirk is about the site. But once you get those things nailed down, it becomes like it starts to snowball, like I was talking about earlier. And like Beau was saying, I had direct bookings for my demos for companies like McDonald's, Coca-Cola, DreamWorks just recently, a ton of different, Toyota, a ton of different companies that pulled me straight from that site. My agents they work their butt off for me, and again, they're just another piece of that marketing pie.
Yeah.
And I love them to death, and I get work through them as well. But for the people that are watching this, I think if they're just coming up in the trenches, they need to know that a great way to get your feet wet and to get exposure is to go through these sites like voices.com, Voice 123, and don't get discouraged when you're auditioning and you're not getting listened to or you're not getting responded to. There's never a wasted audition. I mean, you'll create a contact. You'll get feedback from them of, hey, Mike, listen, you did an audition for us 2 months ago. You probably don't remember it, but here's where you did this, and you weren't good for that one, but we think you'll be great for this one. And now you're on a running campaign because of that.
Well, just the other day, 2 days ago, I had a producer call me, book me for a really nice job, and I'd auditioned for them like way back when I first started, like back in the struggling days. And they're like, hey, we have this audition here. We really liked you. We kept your contact info, and so yeah, there is never a wasted audition. If you're going to market yourself and you're going to throw that net out there, you kind of have to look at the auditions as the same thing. Like you're casting one line in there and you're setting it in the ground and you're leaving it alone.
Yeah.
That's really how it is because who knows
Absolutely.
when they're going to come biting.
We talk about that all the time. You plant the seeds.
Absolutely.
And if you're digging around in the dirt and unearthing the seeds, they don't grow. You got to plant the seeds and let them lay there.
It's a
Be
good
patient.
metaphor.
Be patient.
So what percentage of being found on there and actually having some success on the pay-to-play sites is how your profile is set up? How much does that help?
It helps a lot.
Huge. Yeah,
Is it like a big percentage?
Well,
of
I'll tell you, if your profile isn't set, let me tell. When I got on the site, I was invited by
Here comes the scoop, people.
Here
Get
comes
ready.
the scoop.
We're
I'm
getting
trying to get you guys the frickin' scoop here. Okay, go.
You guys are digging. Okay, we'll give you a little nugget.
Yeah, a little nugget.
Okay, so when I was asked by voices.com, they have this platinum group of people where they limit it to a certain number of people that can come in, both male and female talent alike.
Right.
You can have 100 males, 100 females. They don't want there to be a ton of competition.
Right.
To get asked by them to be in their elite roster is kind of nice. You're like, hey, this is awesome, and they like having you, and they coach you through things, and it just really helps beef up your confidence and your presence.
Yeah.
And so I was invited to do that because I was turning some heads, and I got on the platinum roster, and I was still not using the site to my full advantage because my profile wasn't built correctly. And it wasn't until I found this guy. He said, hey man, I told him, hey, platinum's been working well for me, but I think it could do better. I hear a lot of people having more success with it than I am. And he goes, well, let's take a look at your profile. He looked at it and said, well, here's the reason why you're not keyworded properly. It is an internet thing.
Yes.
I'm not a huge techie like these guys over here, but I do know that, in order to be found, you have to have words that match what they're looking for.
Right.
If you just got, hey, I'm a male voice talent, that ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he helped me with keywording, and all of a sudden my demos that I have, on there were being found like crazy.
Yeah.
And my booking ratio went up like 300% within like the first week.
Okay,
Yeah, so
hold on.
just like
I want to
anything,
stop
you have-
right there.
You have SEO, the
His
search.
booking ratio went up 300%
In 1 week.
in
That's
1
a
week.
lot of percent.
So this is what I'm saying. Some people are
Voice
out
cold water
there
wants to
like
get there.
hitting the ground, man. They're working hard and they're not working smart. There's a right way of doing it and a wrong way of
Yes.
doing it. So you found him. Who did you find?
Who did I find?
Yeah, to help you with
You
that,
found
or did
me?
you just know
Or did
about
I
it?
find
Divine
you?
No,
inspiration.
Tim Tippett, the VOTech guru. He's
hooked
the
us
one
up.
that linked us
Engineer
up.
genius.
He's a great engineer.
Yeah.
No, I worked in SEO.
Right.
That
Yeah.
contract writing job, I did that for 2
Yeah.
years. So I was aware of what the importance of SEO was, and so
Right.
going into that, I took advantage of it from the get-go.
Well, and that's
Take
important.
advantage of
SEO is search engine optimization for those that don't know. And
Yeah.
even though it's a voiceover casting site, it is still an online site. And so you have to be attracting those spiders and all that. It's still, so that's another aspect of being in
Absolutely.
the marketplace today is knowing the industry you're in
Yeah.
and the media that you're working in and seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a little SEO nugget or something to add?
Well, all I was going to say is Mike was bringing up the Platinum program, which I think Voice123 and Voices.com offer, and maybe some of the other sites do. But like that is so important that it's more important than going Platinum. Like I know a lot of people that are just regular, pay the regular amount and killing it, doing really, really well. So that's how important it is. And
The profile.
That aside, your own website.
Yes.
I remember when I started doing search engine optimization for I can't even talk. SEO for my website.
He's only got 10 seconds to say this.
SEO, bringing people into my website has been great.
Yeah.
I mean, wherever you are on the internet, if you can optimize those little doorways that people can walk through, keywords,
yeah.
you're gonna book.
Well, no, because often you'll see a site that just has demos and a picture. Well, if the verbiage, a demo is not necessarily
Yeah.
just an MP3 is not going to attract.
Well,
you have to have things that bring people.
Yeah, exactly. Google can't read an audio file.
Yeah.
It can
Right.
read words though, describing the audio file.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My buddy who designed my site, his name's Chris. He's with Brass 9 Design. He's amazing.
It is an awesome
he did
site.
a custom site at MikeDoesVoices.com.
Which
You
is
just go there right
Yes,
now.
it's great.
really
It's
awesome
really
site.
cool, yeah.
It's he did an excellent job for me, but you don't need something that fancy to attract people to your site. Getting like a WordPress site or working off of another template website can really help you to create a presence, and then people take you more more seriously. You look more
Absolutely,
professional.
man.
That's
Yes.
where demos can live. You can direct agents, casting directors, and other talent alike to go check you out.
Yeah, people want to do business with people that look like they want to do business.
Right.
So
Right.
accessible.
absolutely, right?
Love it.
I can't tell you how many voice artists I've reached out to because I do some casting on the side, just because I try to keep my clients close. And
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times like I have a job for somebody and I can't get a hold of them. It's like, well, I guess we'll just move on to someone else.
Yeah.
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What are some of the biggest challenges for you guys on a daily basis with regard to your voiceover career?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Pandora, we're
hard.
not opening that box. He's like,
Well, let's talk about challenges.
Well,
Go
my
ahead.
prostate's a little
Go ahead.
enlarged.
Sorry.
I hate when that happens. Darn it. And back to you.
Do you guys have any challenges at all?
Of course we do, man. Absolutely. You know?
No. Next. Okay.
Okay,
The
next
answer's
question. They have no challenges. They're challenged,
there's
but no
challenges.
challenges. No,
Well,
go ahead.
because obviously it's like, I mean, you guys are very passionate, you're very committed, you're very focused, so it has that, oh, this is effortless. It clearly isn't.
No.
So what
effortless.
kind of things are you facing and going up against that you have to get up over?
For me, clients that come back or clients that are referred from other people that you worked with.
Yeah.
Knowing, like Beau was talking about last week, you really need to know your value and your self-worth. So setting a rate for yourself and not working below a certain threshold is really important. Knowing what that rate demands, is it going to be a national spot, a local spot, a regional spot? Is it internal? Is it extra? Whatever. So for me, I found a struggle in the very beginning with knowing, what to bid people, what to bid clients. I usually ask him because he seems to negotiate like a wild man, and he does really well on the negotiating side on how to, what to charge people for what they're doing. When I first started out, now I'm definitely got a firm grasp on it. But
Yeah.
For me, that was really
He's doing
hard.
fine, people. He's doing fine.
Well, no, but it's not just that. It's knowing what to do and what your self-worth is worth. I don't know. I don't know how to explain
Yes.
it, but
No,
that's-
I totally
you know
get
what I'm
it.
saying?
We talk
No,
about
it's
that
like
all
you
the
guys,
time.
I want to work, I
Knowing
want to
your
do
worth.
it, and,
Yeah, and I'm
but
too
you
afraid.
can't
If you're like-
undersell.
anybody else that's coming, you're afraid of overcharging because you'll scare the client away, or you're afraid of underbidding because you're not going to seem as professional. And finding that happy medium to know what the market is demanding for the type of work that you're doing and what you're worth and what you bring to the table. And you know what you've invested into your studio and your time, and all
Right.
that demands a certain dollar amount. And for me in the beginning, I knew I had thousands of dollars on equipment and thousands of dollars in demos and thousands of dollars in classes and training. I just didn't know what the heck to do to recoup that, and I didn't want to scare
Yeah.
people off. So
Right.
it was kind of fun. It was a balancing act, at least for me.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, you told me something wise once. You're like, hey, how about I decide my rate?
You,
and
you're
just
like
pay it?
a
Just once.
fortune
me.
cookie over
I
here.
know,
No, really.
really?
No, Chuck said this to me. This is his quote. He's like, how about I decide my rate and you just pay it? And it like, it made me laugh so hard, but it's true.
I
Like-
did say that. I did say that. Yeah.
And this,
He's never
I don't
said
want to
that
get
to
into
me,
that.
by the way.
Well-
just so you know.
well,
must be
Maybe
you.
we don't want to put that in an email that verbatim, but you
No,
might want to
no,
sugarcoat
because
a little bit.
listen,
but
man,
it's
when you
true.
go to McDonald's and you're
You
going to buy a
don't
cheeseburger,
negotiate.
That's the
you don't
price.
negotiate the price of the cheeseburger. If you have a rate, people pay your rate. You need to know what your rate is. What are you worth?
Right.
Yeah.
You need
Yeah.
to know that because you are
Absolutely.
worth a lot. So I'm glad I said that to you. Did you learn anything from that?
I did, and I said it and lost business. No, no. He was very kind of saying that I'm good at negotiating, and I do feel comfortable. Like for me, it's a game, and I love it because I know what I'm worth, and I know all the stuff that I've put into what I do, and so I'm gonna get paid. Gosh darn it.
Yeah.
But recently, I've been taking these leads that I used to feel fine negotiating on my own. On the commercial side, I'm running through a really great agent. And her name's Brenda, but I'm going to keep her to me, so I'm not going to say where she is. Brenda,
She's
amazing.
mine too, don't forget.
Amazing. I took something, I negotiated it to a place, I left the door open because this was internal. I left it open. I'm like, hey, if this is going to go commercial, let me know. And I left the door open there. And so when they did go, they came back to me and they're like, yeah, we would like to do this. I was like, perfect. I've got an awesome agent. She'll take it from here. She came back and she negotiated it up more than 10 times what I had agreed to do it for.
Wow.
10 times. So that goes back to
Rock
what you
on,
said last
Brenda.
week.
You know why? Because Brenda charges a lot more for her cheeseburgers, and she knows what she's worth.
No, but
She
it's like you
uses
said.
high quality.
No,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
call the electrician to do your plumbing. Like I feel good at negotiating, and in most certain circumstances, it's the most economical thing to do. But and in certain situations, it's like bring in the guns, bring in the big guns, and it
Absolutely,
pays
man.
off in spades.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because
That's
the
a good
ones
point.
that you bottom dollar, those will haunt you forever.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
So
You're not
you can't. And at the end of the day, I mean,
true.
people can only take from you what you allow.
Absolutely.
And if you allow people to take away your core, what makes you, that's not okay.
No.
Those are not negotiable things, and you
Exactly.
have to
So-
stand firm on that.
Absolutely. Are there any other challenges, things that like just challenge you on a day-to-day basis that you're still trying to get through, or?
My day-to-day challenge is deciding who to say yes to and who to say no to, just because you get hit up. When you're on a pay to play, what you have to do is just decide, which projects you're going to take on that you have a passion for. Just
Right.
for example, like, I have a rate that I stick with, but I had a filmmaker approach me about, 7 months ago. And he's like, hey, we have a project. We don't have a very big budget. I'm just going to tell you that now. And I know you probably hear it all the time. Hey, we'll have more work in the future. And I do hear that a lot. And I was just like, oh boy, here we go. But I read the email, because I'm like, if people are going to reach out to me, I'm going to respond. Like, I respond to everybody, by the way. I'm not, I'm not saying I'm some hoity-toity guy. I respond to everyone. And I looked at his film, and I was just like, I was floored, and I'm like, I'm going to do this. And I told him, like, look, this is my rate. And he came back, he's like, well, I can pay this much. And I said, booked. You know what happened? That thing went viral. It got featured on the Huffington Post. I'm still getting work from that. I've booked like 10 jobs, like good jobs from that.
Yeah.
So the point is, like, if you've got passion for something, that's more important than the money.
Yeah.
But not all jobs are created equal. Not all clients are created equal.
Right.
So you do have to have that bar.
Yeah.
But don't let that block you from opportunities that could be life-changing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's good. What do you guys hope to accomplish in the voice acting field? How big do you want to take this thing?
Jeez.
Where do you see yourself in 5
Where
years?
do you see
10
yourself in
years?
5 years, 10
Me
years?
personally, there's different levels of voice acting with any job. There's different areas you can kind of dive into. Me
Yeah.
personally, I love promo.
Promo.
Love promo. Hence me working with Jodi Gottlieb, Jeff Howell.
Yep, absolutely.
That's where I want to live. And
What, now, I know some people out there that think that a commercial for Juicy Fruit is a promo. It's not a promo. What's a promo? What's a promo?
getting you to the show. You like the Big Bang Theory, or
Tonight on American Idol.
Yeah,
Those are promos,
stuff,
right? There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's very good.
I don't have the deep, resonating Don LaFontaine voice like this guy does.
I'm a
But
baritone.
more of like an energetic type sound. Coming up next, or
Yeah.
That's a bumper, but or whatever.
Yep.
But getting people to the show and promoting the show, promoting what you're about to
A
see.
show or
Yeah.
event.
Yeah, show or event.
They're so fun.
It's a blast.
I know.
So
love
that's
I
what
love
you would like.
I
You would
love
like
the
to be.
fast-paced
You want to
Me
be like
too.
one of the promo guys.
Yeah.
In the
And
next
that
few
challenge
years.
of getting that SOT, you're like, we need this in 10.2, and you're
Yeah.
like,
Well,
oh,
I did it.
you feel like
You
an
guys
Olympian.
remember this because when he becomes that promo guy, he's coming back, and we're going to
Yeah.
talk about that. What about you?
I honestly, I really envy the career, and I don't mean this. And I really like what Christian Lands is doing. Oh, the guy, he is. Whatever he does, he's really good at.
Yeah.
He's in the Ninja Turtles. He's the character Fish Face.
Yep.
Yeah.
He does promo work for American Idol.
English and Spanish.
English and Spanish. He does, commercials for, Home Depot, and he was the voice for Toyota and Honda, and
Yeah.
the list goes on. Like,
Home
I
Depot.
want a full career where I could just do everything. No,
You guys should have him on the show too.
No,
by the
no,
way.
no,
Yes,
that's
I
good.
know.
Christian
We're
Lands
going
is
to.
amazing.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
He's a good guy.
he's a
Yeah.
he's a good friend, and that's the kind of career I want, where I can have things going on, and on a lower level, that's what's happening for me right now. I'm doing promos and commercials, and got a couple of little video game things, and I would like to continue with that.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
I love it.
That's fantastic.
I love it.
I love that. I love when people know what they want and they go
I
after it.
know.
What else we got?
I want you guys to pick a number
Oh.
I've seen this.
between, who goes first? Number between 5 and 125.
Go ahead. 5 and 125.
Okay. Oh, you want me to say it out loud?
Yes, she's got to go to
Yeah,
it.
I didn't,
It's a
I
freaking
didn't
F
bring my
question.
mind reading
Goodness.
goggles today.
Hi. No, I'm just kidding.
Hi.
26.
26.
26.
Oh no. What have I done?
If you could have taken better care of one thing in your life, what would it have been?
Maybe I would have taken better care of some of the other relationships in my life. I have really good memories with some people that I didn't, I haven't really treated them like princes since.
Right.
Reach out more and maybe be a better friend. I'm trying to be a good friend, but I think I should have taken better care of some of those people in my life that did a lot for me.
For the record, you're a great friend. I just wanted
thanks,
to know.
man.
Yeah.
Well,
He really
whatever
is.
you did back then, you're doing differently now
Yeah.
because you're being a very, very good boy.
Rock on. We don't want to make him cry again.
Mike, number between.
Jeez.
5 and 125.
28.
28.
See, he knew that because he just knows.
My
He's
daughter's
like,
birthday. Man.
Aw, sweet.
August. Yeah.
August 28th. Okay. If you could have witnessed the childhood of someone famous, whose would it be?
Ooh.
Don't say Hitler.
Okay. No, I won't. One of my guys that I look up to in the promo world is Joe Cipriano. I know he's got an amazing book out there.
Yeah.
And
We love
he
Joe.
details a lot of what he's done to get where he is now. But if I could have been a fly on the wall to see what that guy said when he was in the rooms of the people he was in with, hopefully that made sense. I would love to soak that up because, I idolize that guy in his career. He's amazing. And if I could just grab that information and take it with me to where I am now, I'm sure I'd be a heck of a lot further in my career than I am right now.
Buddy, you're a baby in this career.
You are doing great.
First of all, that's
And
great.
Joe is
And
a
Joey,
yeah.
you
Joey,
mentioned
we
again
love
on
ya.
another episode, like the
Yes.
50,000 times.
And
But
the book is living on
And I emailed
air.
you about
Absolutely.
Joe. I'm
It's a
still
great
waiting
book.
for a response,
Living
by
on
the way.
air.
I told you guys when I first met you, okay, that I saw a spark in your eye. I saw this thing that you guys had. I told you both separately, and now I'm telling you together. You guys are just touching the tip of the iceberg in where you're going to go with this business. I'm telling you right now, the sky's the limit because because you have no limit, and I love that. So. First of all, congratulations on all your success that you're having. You're out there, you're making it happen. I hope you guys have gained some inspiration here and watching these guys and saying like, who are they? And what the hell am I not doing? Do what they're doing.
Yeah.
Go hunt them down on Facebook. Hey, Mike, hey, Bo. They might
website.
even respond to you.
Yep.
I will respond.
They're
There you
on
go.
the web, they're
And
on Twitter,
bottom line
yeah.
is, congratulations on all the success you're having. Stacy and I are really, really proud of you guys. Thank you for coming down here and taking time
Thanks
away
for
from your
having us, man.
families
Yeah.
Thank you.
and
Yeah.
sharing with us and with
Thank
all
you.
of them. We really appreciate
Yeah.
it. And
I'm excited to see where you're headed.
Absolutely.
It's excited. You're
I'm
always
excited to get
welcome
there,
here.
but
And
thank you.
Yeah,
appreciate
thank
you guys
you.
having
Thank
us.
you
guys
so
are
much.
like
get down.
Oprah and Phil up here. You know?
Mike Brang and
Thank
Beau
you.
Stephenson,
Stephenson.
ladies and gentlemen. We shall see you next time.
bye, everybody.
All right, so there you have it. Not one guest, but two guests, and we filled your
Incredible
cup.
information.
Absolutely.
Inspiration.
Listen, the bottom line is this. Why do we do this show? To give you guys tools and information you can use to build your business bigger.
Absolutely.
Why did we bring Mike and Bo on our show? Because we want you to know that if they can do it, you can definitely do it too. That's what we're all about, right?
Absolutely. So go out and do it and come back and report.
Absolutely, because next week we'll be back with another cool episode of VO Buzz Weekly.
Yes, we will. And subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest at VO Buzz Weekly. Thanks for watching. We love you guys. And just remember,
You always have time for a little buzz.